advanced than UNSC ships, which is how they got there so quickly. At the beginning of Halo 1, you'll remember that she says, like, the whole we tour in subspace. Which, part of that implies that, manipulating through the specific thing is not common to how UNSC ships function. Because the way slip space works is you're going into an alternate dimension where you're moving at the same speed, but the distances between locations is shorter, which allows you to get to places faster. But it still takes a decent amount of time, which is why there's usually a month between arriving in locations via slip space. Whereas the Covenant just fucking open a hole between two locations in space and arrive there instantly. Which is why they're so fast. Because that's how the Forerunners did it. But then, in later Halo games, they just decided that everyone uses the same technology, despite that not being true. Because in Halo 2, they fucking go through that portal, and they arrive, and they're just there. But you'll notice that's not the way UNSC ships move in Halo. They don't open a big portal and then travel. That's what the Covenant does. And then after that, we just decided, nope, all ships do this. I have a lot of questions regarding inconsistencies in Halo. Like, for example, why are the Master Chief and Cortana so fucking close? He's known her for less than a year. Because remember, from Halo 1 to Halo 3 is happening over the span of, like, 5 months, basically. The Master Chief and Cortana are introduced to each other, like, a day before fucking the fall of Reach happens. Because she was introduced to Cortana in preparation for Operation First Strike.
This is Kilo Dispatch.
An operation which never got to happen, by the way.
Evacuation will commence ASAP.
Because the fucking Covenant invaded Reach right before it was about to start. Which is why the Master Chief has Cortana at all. But yeah, before Halo 1, the Master Chief and Cortana have known each other for like a collective 12 hours. Where's that fucking health pack? I always forget. Anyway, and fucking Halo 1, the Cortana actually spends a large portion of Halo 1 not in the Master Chief's suit. Like, multiple hours. Because I think, between Assault in the Control Room and 2 Betrayals, she was in the Control Room for 14 hours. Because she has a line about that, because it pissed her off. Shit. Wow, my accuracy is fucking terrible. Holy crap. But yeah, what was I saying? I was saying words, and now they're gone. Halo 2 starts, and Cortana's clearly been hanging about in the station, not in the Master Chief's armor. I'm not sure how long they've been there exactly, but it's certainly way less than, it's been like less than a few weeks. Also a bit weird that Cortana is just trusted to run equipment for the UNSC, despite the fact that no UNSC personnel should really know who she is or where she came from. She's not like a standard issue AI for running like various things around the UNSC. She's Catherine Halsey's personal AI project, of whom is modeled after her own brain, and probably most people don't know she exists, being some kind of Oni secret. People should be like, hey, where did this random AI come from? Because Catherine Halsey would still be MIA by that point. No, actually, never mind. Because they picked her up during First Strike. So she'd be with them. I guess Halsey could vouch for Cortana. Fine. It's still a bit weird that she's running the weapon systems on the Cairo, though. Because that's not really her specialty. Never mind the fact that, again, They're just trusting Cairo defenses to some random person they've never met before, given that AI are treated like fucking military personnel. Though the fact that everyone refers to her as if she's like a high-ranking officer is a bit odd. I guess it's just because she's hanging out with the Master Chief, but even still, that's very strange. But yeah, I can understand the Master Chief treating her like an ally and friend, but not like, you know, as close as they are. Maybe some sort of empathy because of the stuff that happened to her in between Halo 2 and 3, but again, it's really weird because, like, in Halo 3 they meet up and they're, like, fucking acting like they're, like, love interests or close childhood friends. And yet whenever he's talking to the people from his actual childhood, like Blue Team or other Spartans, he's always referring to them with a sort of cool impassivity that, you wouldn't expect of someone who's literally, like, one of the few surviving people you've known since you were a kid. Like, he trained and grew up with the Spartans and Blue Team. Why is he fucking more attached to Cortana than he is them? That's weird. Like, that can't just be me. The fact that the Master Chief's relationship with Cortana feels very bizarre. Really? Fuck you. Damn, I wasn't able to save that one. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, it just, the whole thing with Master Chief Cortana feels very strange and more forced the further you go into the series. Because, like, in Halo 1, Cortana maintains an almost entirely professional relationship with the Master Chief, only occasionally joking with him on smaller matters. Halo 2, she's a little bit more personal, but it still seems like it's, like, chalked up to her personality rather than her specific interactions with the Master Chief. Because she interacts like that with most characters in that game. Halo 3, though, well, first of all, she's only in, like, one mission of Halo 3. But, you know, it's a little bit more personal, but that's because Master Chief and, you know, the Arbiter are the only people on those missions. And she just got out of a highly traumatic circumstance. So her behavior can be a little bit more, like, loose and forward. Halo 4, it seems like she's way more fucking close to the Master Chief than would make sense for that context. I guess the idea is that her relative time with him is weighted heavier based on her short lifespan, and the fact that from her perspective she's been doing nothing but sitting in a dark room staring at him, so she's kind of like obsessive or whatever. But it's like the Master Chief, from his perspective, he's still, it's just some robot he's known for like a couple months. Yeah, I can understand, you know, being friendly and stuff, and, you know, but it's very, very weird. Because he acts like she's his childhood friend that he's known forever, who now has been, like, pronounced with having a debilitating illness. I would expect, you know, some amount of... Oh, shit. Yeah, whatever. I'll pick this up when I get to Halo 2 and 3. I don't have the mental wherewithal to fucking properly organize my thoughts, but I've probably brought across the point that Halo's character theming has always been very strange to me. Because, like, I almost feel like the Master Chief should have more of an attachment to Johnson than Cortana, given that he's actually fought side by side with Johnson more than he has with Cortana. And there's something to be said for engaging with someone in a physical fucking environment more than, like, it's like, if I was talking with someone over the phone every once in a while for like a couple months. Like I call them on the phone every couple days. I wouldn't have nearly as much attachment to someone I fucking like share a living space with, even if we are not like that close. You know? It's like your fucking in-person friends are always going to be closer to you than your online friends. Just because you see them physically. That's just how psychology works. Traxxas. We like Marathon. We like Marathon so much we removed all the Marathon symbols from the game. Stop it. Right, there should be another DMR in a case over here, I think. Is it on the other level? I think it might be on the other level. Yep, there we go. I hate the sprint button in this game. I actually don't have any fucking complaints about sprint being in Halo. I don't care. I've never been one of those sprint devalues Halo people. I personally think that argument is stupid. No matter how you feel about any particular Halo game's fucking various what's the word I'm looking for? Not proclivities. Whatever. The various traits and characteristics of the Halo games, like, I don't particularly favor any game style over the other. I've played all of them. I enjoyed all of their different styles for the most part. There are ones I like a little bit more, just in general, but I don't feel like they're more inherently valuable. Because everyone always talks about, it's like, you add things to the sandbox, not the character, so that everyone has this sort of non-biased, like, playstyle within the thing. I don't necessarily agree, because I actually like asymmetrical gameplay, but I feel you can have both. The best way to do it would probably have been to split the difference and fucking have, like, loadout gameplay and, like, sprint abilities and all that stuff be a gameplay option, but have the primary gameplay for multiplayer be Halo's classic sort of non-augmented game style. Because I enjoyed Halo 4, I enjoyed Halo 5, I also enjoyed Halo 2 and 3. However, Halo 2 and 3 do have enormous problems in their gameplay loop a lot of the time. And I don't feel like they're inherently better just because Halo 4 and 5 had unpopular fucking gameplay elements. I don't know. I like how we get in the elevator and no one else does. I appreciate that Sergeant Stacker is like the most fucking long-lived, inexplicably fucking like resilient Marines of all time. He's the only Marine that's in every game. Except for Halo 5. I don't think he's in Halo 5. Though, to be fair, there aren't any Marines in Halo 5. The only people in Halo 5 you see other than Spartans on the UNSC team are the fucking elites and the goddamn fucking militia members you encounter on the planet, which are not Marines. They are very explicitly not Marines. Oh, this section's gonna suck.
Welcome to the Bullfrog. Yeah. We're gonna capture the landing pad on the executive wing to the evac birds can land. Try and keep up, Spartan.
Stop that.
Easy now.
I like how the shotgun's here is a red herring, because it's actually one of the worst weapons you could pick for this section. Because this section is filled with massive sightlines and, like, no close-range encounters. The shotgun here is for stupid people. I used to pick it up every single time, and then be completely unable to hit anything, because everyone is stationed super far away from you in this area. I like how the brute designs here are, like, garbage. I have no idea why they decided to go with this weird half and half, like, almost Halo 2 looking brute design. It's like the Halo 2 brutes if they weren't textured correctly and they got rid of the fur. It's very bizarre. Stop shooting me, you assholes. Oh. Good job, Private Bylus. Why would an ODST be a private? That doesn't make any sense. Is it conditional where, like, you get a new rank if you become an ODST because it's a different branch of the military? So, like, if you're, let's say, a sergeant in the General Marine Corps and you get a transfer to the ODST division, do you get your rank reset? That doesn't seem practical. Rude. Yeah, Halo Reach Needler's pretty good. I like the Spiker. I think it's a cool weapon. I like any gun that has a big fucking bayonet on it.
There's your path. Extend to that tower. Other side, entrance is on the other side.
I can appreciate a big bayonet. I want a pistol with a bayonet on it. Hey, you take this. God damn it. Very irritating. No, you couldn't have, because you're stupid. I don't know why fucking people in this game have such a hard time with jackals. There's probably a reason for it. Alright, where the fuck are those sniper jackals? Yeah, there you are. Here we go. There's two of them though. I don't know where the other one is. No. Where is he? Is that only on Legendary? There's supposed to be 2 sniper jackals. That might just be on Legendary. Oh, okay. Sure. There's a brute chieftain over there that just fucking spawns into existence as soon as I walk over here, which is dumb. I like the idea of contextually spawning enemies. I mean, they're not very smart, but still. Okay, where are you? Really? Fuck off. I saw a blood splatter on that last one. Yeah, so run away, idiot.
We're clear.
Morons. There's supposed to be two. No, idiot. Hey, get over here, you fuck. You're not fighting a chieftain and two turrets with a goddamn shotgun. Wunderbar. Very irritating. Very, very annoying. Man, it would be really stupid if you died right now, considering you've survived the rest of the level. Yeah, look at Matt Hullum, the big old Rooster Teeth man. Does he even work at Rooster Teeth anymore? Aren't there only like 2 people from the original guard who actually work at Rooster Teeth still? It's just Jeff and fucking Gus. And Gus will never get fired because he's a corporate suck-up. And Jeff loves the company too much, even though he really, really shouldn't. Like, he really shouldn't. You know, I feel like instead of Boardwalk being the multiplayer map, it would have been way more interesting if we got a map that had like a big pit in the middle of it with like platforms to jetpack across that were just far enough apart that you could jump across them normally, but a jetpack would help. Like, that would have been a cool fucking multiplayer map. Oh, there's a bomb. Oh, well, there it goes. Fuck you. I get him.
Solid copy, Fox Actual. Long swords unavailable at this time. This is civilian transport 6 Sector 2. I need to go now, Sergeant Major. Hold on, everyone.
That damage output is stupid. Excuse me?
I need air support now. As soon as something crazy
Fun fact, the Banshees will straight up just fall out and die because their fucking AI pilots are gone. And those ones, oh, they didn't do it this time. They dive into the water a lot. But yeah, they just fucking despawn. There's never any actual elites in those. If you hijack them, the fucking cockpit will open and you'll perform the kick animation and nothing will fall out because there are no models inside to save processing power. Oh yeah, I didn't look at the ship get shot. Woo.
Fox Actual. Should we censor
Those things don't look like they can fit 500 people on board. That mission in Halo Wars where you have to protect them from blowing up is stupid. Hello.
Let's keep it from getting any worse, huh? Covy's all over my missile batteries, and I got 5,000 civilians across the bay waiting for passage.
That's not that much. This is what, a city of possibly a billion people? Reach is a heavily populated planet. Saving 5,000 people out of a city of a billion seems like a really high casualty statistic. Am I gameplay stuttering? I'm gonna see about fixing that. Alright. What?
My engines are hot.
My thumb is even more unresponsive, which is bad for aiming, because I had to reapply the bandage to it. That has unfortunately left me with a bit of a difficult proposition. God damn it. Fuck off. I hate the fact that enemies have perfect awareness of your location in this game. Specifically on Legend or Heroic and above. Just the idea that the Wraith can be like, oh, there they are, without any sort of visual targeting.
My engines are hot. Waiting for your go.
It's a bad thing to see upon starting the game up again. For clarify, there was like a 40-minute period between me landing on the beach and getting back to the game because I had to pause because there was some issue with my recording. Also, I had to change the bandage on my thumb because it was getting a bit messed up. But now I'm having kind of a hard time aiming because the bandage is both slick and also because it's like there's a bit of a separation between my thumb and the rest of my my brain isn't working.
Easy 7 Echo 3. Spartan's gonna clear the skies.
Whoa. I fucking hate auto-targeting enemies. God damn it.
First battery is online.
It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like enemies that just basically cheat, which is exactly what the Wraith is fucking doing.
Spartan's gonna clear the skies.
I think this last part of Exodus might be my least favorite part in the entire fucking game. Possibly the series. I have a lot of really bad memories of playing this on Legendary. I just don't like it. Hello, Warthog. What the fuck am I stuck in a tree? Yeah, you can stop shooting it now, assholes. You know, as an actual tank, the Wraith is kind of terrible, because it can't fire in a straight line. It can only shoot things with a mortar, which is not very helpful. No wonder the fucking Scorpion beats it 9 times out of 10. The Wraith is only effective from far away, and realistically, it should have no actual way of acquiring target on its fucking enemies without a spotter. And then it would have to make a precise calculation on where to fire based on the fucking elevation and angle of the shot. Which is not something you want your fucking soldiers to have to do in the field, like, for every single shot. It just seems like an extremely counterintuitive weapon. It's more akin to a fucking artillery piece than a tank. Although, the distinction there is somewhat arbitrary.
Steady, Echo. That Corvette is still up there. Spirit is on approach.
I don't know why it starts playing Halo ODST music right here. That's a bit odd. Yeah, you'll notice that the enemies will almost always go... I like the guy with the Spartan laser who just shows up. That is fun. God damn it. The enemies go where the player is, regardless of whether or not they should be able of acquiring them at that point. It's a little irritating. I feel like it's a very dishonest way of adding difficulty to the game, when you should make the enemies smarter, not make them aware of things they're not able to actually be aware of. Stop it. Oh my god, I fucking hate the fact that it's tied to the X button. That's so stupid. Did I press it? God damn it. Press the fucking button. Jesus Christ. God forbid we get a bumper jumper control scheme that's actually well thought out. Or you know what? Why can't I just map my own buttons? Would it really be that hard?
Go ahead, Noble 2.
Picked up your transponder about an hour ago, but it was not with open com. Covenant have been system sealed tight. We're getting nothing from George.
Yeah, about that.
He didn't make it.
Understood. What's the situation?
What's to stop them from getting shot down by other ships in orbit?
Alright. We're bringing you to us.
Is the flare even necessary?